Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is April 7th, and right now we are looking at the infrared satellite imagery. If we take a look at the wide view of things here, you can see the Gulf of Alaska is churning, bringing some precipitation into northern parts of the state. Take a look at that here in a moment. We'll take a look at what is to come after and the extended forecast as we go through the video here this morning. And take a look at the Doppler radar combination here with the visible satellite imagery. There is some low cloud activity down here across some of Southern California, although some of the beaches are fairly clear here as well. And then you can see some of this light precipitation moving across some of the Sacramento Valley into the foothills and some of the Sierra Nevada and Northern California coastline. A couple of lightning strikes out over the open water there as well. Could bring a thunderstorm in here today also. Now, if we take a look at high temperatures, though, we are going to start to warm up. For example, look at Willow Creek. You can see as we go from today, 60, almost a 20-degree rise by the time we get towards Thursday. Wednesday, a very warm day as well. Ukiah getting up for 77, 79. Weaverville towards 80 degrees on Thursday. Even a bit of a warm up there for Eureka and Crescent City right on the coastline. It's hard when you've got the modifying effects of the Pacific Ocean to warm things up too much unless you're in some kind of offshore flow regime. You like see Fort Bragg only peaking out there at 59 degrees. Now, taking a look at today, the forecast rainfall amounts, nothing too extreme out there. You can see the snow levels are relatively high, but you could get some snow on some of the higher passes out there, some slick roads, maybe an isolated thunderstorm or two, mainly northern areas. And you can see they talk about Shasta County there specifically, and this is for today, April 7th. Now, if we go a bit further south, there are some high surf advisories out there for some areas. It does include places like Oxnard and whatnot. And there are still some wind advisories out there as well. And if you look at that high surf advisory, it talks about large breaking waves 7 to 11 feet with dangerous rip current. So just have that in the back of your mind if you are going out to the beaches here today. This goes through 3 a.m. on Tuesday morning. And also, taking a look here, I used to do this more in the past, but blast from the past. There's San Diego National Weather Service, April 8th. You can see snow fell as low as 2,500 feet there back in 2011. Funnel cloud there, 1999, 1989 there, a major heat wave, and some interesting stuff out there as well. Way back to 1875. Look at that, 39 degrees in San Diego. 1958, 15 inches of snow fell in Idlewild, the greatest daily snowfall on record for April. So some fun stuff from the past there. Now, if we take a look at what we are doing right now, you can see some of that precipitation across Northern California. Again, not much of a snowmaker there, maybe a couple inches for the higher terrain. But then we go on in through this upcoming week, and mostly dry showing up here. But then we have this trough that kind of shows up here as an inside slider as we go through the weekend. That's where the European model run ends there. But that could bring some snow for the higher terrain as well. We'll be watching that system as we go off in over the next couple of days and looking off into the extended forecast. But we look at the GFS here. There's the system moving through today. Build a bit of a ridge here. Systems up through the Pacific Northwest, just clipping the very most northern portions of California. You can kind of see the trough hang out a little bit here, but it doesn't have much of a punch. And then I think that low kind of gets a little bit, or we kind of cut off a low here right across some of Nevada and California. Maybe some showers off through the extended forecast, but not too much to speak of there looking on the GFS. I normally look at the European artificial intelligence there, but yeah, the GFS not showing things being too active as well. And if we take a look at the high resolution model, this is what the Doppler radar may look like here over the next 60 hours. Put this into motion, and you can see there's going to be some showery activity out there. Cannot rule out a lightning strike or two, mainly with some of this activity here. Maybe the Shasta County convergence zone will get going a little bit this afternoon and evening as well, and get a couple lightning strikes out of that. Just north of Redding is where that exists. And then we scroll off in towards Tuesday, and we start to dry things out as we go on in through Wednesday. You can see the ridge building up and across the area, drying things out across much of the state. If we take a look at daily 2-meter max temperatures, this is for today. There's tomorrow, a bit of a warm up. There's Wednesday. Look at that. You're going to feel that increase there. Bakersfield, 83, getting up towards 79 for Redding, 80 for Sacramento. Some warm temperatures out across the desert area. Some pushing up towards 100 degrees. Some 80s there for Southern California. There we go through the 10th, 11th, 12th. Maybe a little bit of a cool down after that, but still not much. So yeah, we do have some heat coming up here. It looks like mainly Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Then we'll see what comes this weekend as we may get that inside slider system trying to impact on the southwest here as we go on and through the weekend coming up. But we'll worry about that again here tomorrow. We still have some pretty good model discrepancy on what that system is going to do. And if we look at the artificial intelligence model right here, there's the system we just dealt with there. And then you can see we don't deal with much precipitation here as we go out through about what hour at 186, and then maybe some light precipitation returning to the state. We'll see how that goes. You can still get active at this time of year, of course, but it becomes increasingly more difficult to bring precipitation down through Southern California as we go through the month of April, the further you get on in through April. Now, taking a look at snow depth. Something interesting here. This is yesterday afternoon's European model run. This is snow depth in inches. And as I showed you yesterday, this is the time of year when our snowpack can start trailing off. So if I scroll through here, you can kind of see the slow and steady melting of the snowpack. We're going to speed this up a little bit there, but you can kind of see how the snowpack starts to thin out a bit this time of year. And maybe we can bring another storm or two into the Sierra Nevada, the Klamath Range Cascades and whatnot in the Siskiyous. But yeah, for the most part, this is when we start tailing off that snowmelt. If I scroll back and forth, you can kind of see as we go forward it trailing off. So kind of an interesting look at things there. And this is something issued a few days ago, a week's 3 to 4 temperature outlook as we go through the end of April there on into the early portion of May. The west is scheduled to be above normal temperatures here and below normal precipitation for much of the state of California. Just thought I'd point that out. And also, as far as the drought monitor is concerned, you can see the brown, not good. Drought persists for some of the San Joaquin Valley, a lot of Southern California desert areas, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and portions of New Mexico. And yeah, not a great look there, but what can you do? Mother Nature is in control. 6 to 10 day outlook, kind of the mixed bag there for California, but warmer south than usual. And below normal signal for precipitation, 8 to 14 days, something similar there as well. Don't like to see that, but what can you do? But yeah, anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. Otherwise, click like and subscribe. Check out the Patreon page as well. It'll be in the link down below, and you can get my daily updates. It'll even give you a notification. I know sometimes YouTube can be a little bit tricky about sending out notifications of my daily videos, so the Patreon page seems to be a bit more accurate with that. So if you want to get daily updates for that, go ahead and sign up on the Patreon page. Good way to support the channel as well. So anyway, I will talk to you guys again tomorrow.